Yo, what's going on? It is 1 p.m. here in Crystal Lake, Illinois. It's time for another live stream. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. And today we're going to open up some earbuds. I don't think I've ever opened up earbuds on the live stream before. So that'll be new. And it's been a long time since I've tested any new earbuds whatsoever. After a while, I cut my teeth on reviewing earbuds. I was an Bluetooth earbud reviewer before I was a running shoe reviewer, believe it or not. I mean, I ran in them all and I was running and I was reviewing running products, but I was getting more interaction from brands when it came to Bluetooth earbuds. This would have been like 2017 when Bluetooth earbuds or true wireless earbuds were new. So that's how I cut my teeth. And after a while, everything kind of settled down. And I've been running in the same earbuds for like 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. So now a new challenger emerges and I'm excited for it. It's the Bose Ultra Open Earbuds. They're not conduction earbuds, but they're not conduction. I'm not sure. I saw Thomas and Megan had a pair of these. They were being super antisocial on the bus in Germany, and they would put these earbuds in. But I guess they weren't putting them in. They still could have heard what everyone was saying, and participate in conversations. But they were also listening to whatever they wanted to listen to while they were on the bus in Germany with these. And I'm going to try to be as antisocial. They weren't being antisocial. They were being fine. Before we get to that, let's say hi to everyone listening on the audio-only version on the podcast. Hopefully you're having a good run out there today. Hopefully you're staying cool. I was hot out there today. It's warm. It's warm now. It's not, everyone that lives in a hot place is going to be like, it's not that hot. It's not that humid. It is for me, and I don't deal well with heat. And so I struggled today. It wasn't miserable, but I definitely felt hot on my run today. So I hope for you guys that you have no thunderstorms and mild temperatures. Even if it's going to be hot, maybe less humid. I don't know. And you guys listening on the podcast, you can't see this, but I still got a bunch of sunscreen all over my face. I haven't taken a shower yet from my run, so I'm pretty gross. But I still got sunscreen everywhere. Don't forget your sunscreen. And everyone watching this later but not live, this is the number one place to be reminded of doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Like taxes, folding laundry, cleaning up after dinner. Today, I'm going to remind you, don't forget your sunscreen. Otherwise you will get burned. All right. Courtney Webb says, I've been thinking about getting some open earbuds like those Bose ones or the Sony Link Buds. I'm not familiar with the Sony ones. I've tried a bunch of the Shocks ones before. The last ones I tried, they weren't bone conduction. They were like just little speakers that shot into your ear, kind of. I'm not sure how they're not just earbuds, but they're not regular earbuds, but they weren't bone conduction. Those weren't bad. Those are the best Shocks I tried. Shocks is one of those companies where I love it. I've had many interactions with the brand. All great. I like what they're doing. I like that they seem to be helping people. I just don't love the product. So I think this is interesting, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like it. Did I bring my phone down here? Of course I didn't bring my phone down here. How am I going to test how good these things sound or not? I don't know. So we'll have to do a sound test some other time. I was supposed to bring my phone down here so I could listen to music. But anyway, we'll figure that out. I might have to run upstairs for a minute. Sean Devlin says, hey, Kafuzi Run Club ran 9 this morning. Nice and cool before the heat hit. 85 in Massachusetts right now. Triple skull emojis. Skull. I was just thinking that I might have to start running early in the morning. I mean, my kids don't have that much school left. In the Midwest, everything is early. Everyone loves to complain about how things are early and earlier, but things are always earlier and earlier. My kids have like even an extended school year because we had some snow days, but they're done in they're done the week after Memorial Day. Like first week of June is their last full week, and then they got another day maybe. So there's not much school left, but I think I might have to start running before the kids get up for school because it's getting hot, Elisa says, hey, CoFam, excited to unbox some open earbuds. I like my Shocks, but they've been acting weird with not recharging or powering on. That is very weird. How long have you had them for? Interesting. Marty B says, hey, everyone. First time I've been able to catch a live version in a while, but having massive FOMO. Well, welcome back, Marty. Good to see you. Mark says, hey, gang, we're getting severe weather right now as I'll be ready to go for my run. Might need to be a treadmill day. That's how I thought it was going to be yesterday. It ended up being real close. Basically, like, it just finished storming as I was getting outside, and I was like, I think the storms are done. I could be wrong, but I'm going to go for it. And I ended up being okay. But you gotta watch out, you know. Steven C 1984 says, I need that reassuring Kofuzi hum as he looks for the next comment to read. Okay. Crazy Scorpion. I think it's Crazy Scorp. Either that or it's Churgis Corp, like a company, Churgis Corp. I don't know, but there's a bumblebee for the picture. You're going to have to let me know how you want me to say that. I think it's Crazy Scorp, like Crazy Scorpion. Is super interested in a comparison between the Bose and my current shocks. I know a lot of people like comparison videos. I just really don't like making comparison videos. I don't mind talking about like another, you know, like in the shoe reviews, I have a section where I talk about alternatives, things that you should compare against. But I felt like for a while, the internet was going down this path of like, don't just make one video, make 5 videos and compare it against anything else that people might also be searching for. And I was like, it seems like a really redundant way to go. But I feel like the comparison naturally begs itself because I feel like Shocks is kind of the leader in that field, you know. Rajkumar Shinji says, congrats, Kofuzi, on Tiger Claw 50K. You inspire. Question, can you talk about your race gear, including the vest? Any second thoughts? Thanks. The vest was the Salomon, I don't know if it's an S-Lab or just a regular Salomon. It's Salomon ADV Advanced Skin 5. I think it's a 5-liter pack. It was great. I don't know what happened. I'm more flexible now. When I first got that pack, I couldn't reach all the pockets because my arms just wouldn't bend the correct way. But now this run, I was able to reach all the pockets, even like the one back here, to reach for extra hydration mix and stuff. So it was a good pack. I find that the Salomon ones jostle around the least. Other packs, if I'm going to wear other packs, I usually need to put the hydration in the back in a bladder rather than front bottles. But I thought with this 50K, I'd be at aid stations more, and front bottles might make more sense. I think if I were to do it again, I would go with the bladder. I just feel like rear loading it is better for me, the weight of the liquid. But other than that, all the other gear I used was great. I feel like I made good choices. You know, the one thing I would change, though, I would have brought some anti-chafe balm. I did not have any. All right. Andrew Cho says, yo, what's going on? I did 1,600 meter repeats today. Planned to do 6, but only ended up doing 4 sets. It's a tough workout. That sounds very hard. Was it hot? And Calvin says, hi all. My race shows I never finished and it only has 2 splits, so I guess it's not official. I emailed the race results site. I would email them and see if they can find the data. You know? Because otherwise, maybe there is some way that they can find a result for you. I don't know if there was a webcam pointed at the finish or anything. Oh boy, that's terrifying. Marty B says, I bought the Bose Ultra Open when they first launched in February, and they quit working in April. Bose sent me a brand new pair with very little issue, though. Enjoy them over my shocks. Oh, that's nice. And Mark says, Ko, your face looks like it has blue spots. Is it the camera setting? No, it's my sunscreen. So my wife doesn't just let us use regular sunscreen. We have to use super crazy good sunscreen. And the kids use, I think it's Blue Australian or something like that. It's the kind that doesn't have all the nasty metals in it. And that kind doesn't blend into your skin very good. It kind of makes you look pasty. And so that's what's going on. Especially where I've got hair, like facial hair, when it just doesn't mix in, right? Even if I've been sweating a bunch, doesn't go away. A Mustache Runner series says, hi everyone, just checking in. About to go pick up some students for some behavior lessons. I think the students can take summer, 13 more days. What are behavior lessons? That sounds like a euphemism. Fiona 1977 says, I got cheap earbuds from Amazon that last about a year. I need buds which have volume buttons and a button for skipping music tracks. Yeah. So like, it used to be that everything used to have like a bar and an ear loop. And those are still kind of my favorite kind because you could fit buttons on those and you weren't poking yourself in the ear, which I feel like everything now, I guess AirPods don't do that because you pinch the stems and stuff. So that's nice. But yeah. And then the volume adjustments on the earbud is nice. And that's a rarity these days. It's hard to find that. These days you have to like hold down the button and tell Siri to change the volume. That's what I usually have to do for mine. I used to Beats Fit Pros. Phil Hartman says, summer miles in the Midwest means I shower immediately after the run, get dressed, and then shower and change clothes an hour after I'm finally done sweating. Yeah, you do get the double sweat, Cheryl Ross says, I ran 11 today, longest run of the year so far. Nice. And Elo says, co-visit, I ran London too. I got to meet you at SOAR. It's dizzying how busy you have been. All while I feel like I'm just recovering from my 2 weeks of travel. Thank you for being so lovely at SOAR. Well, it's great to meet you, Elo. It has been a lot. You know what's weird though? Like, as much as like the last 2 weeks especially have been hard because I went to New York for a couple of days and then I just went to California. I also, the last 3 weeks, I was a couple of days in New York, a couple of days in Seattle, a couple of days in LA. So just a lot of little quick trips. And on all of those, I was definitely like, I'm tired. I can't wait to stop traveling for a little bit. But today, I was listening to Sidious Mag podcast with Anderson, who I'm a big fan of. They were doing like the track roundup. And they were talking about, there's going to be the big track meet coming up in New York. There's going to be, obviously, there's Prefontaine Classic. There's track trials. And I'm like, I think I need to go to some of these meets. I am going to go to some of these meets, but I'm like, I think I need to find out when that New York meet is. Maybe I should just go. And I'm already starting to add more dates to my calendar, but once we hit June, I'll have some travel. July, I'll be traveling a bunch. And then August. And then by the time I get back, school starts again. So I basically only have like a couple weeks at home. And I have a feeling I'm going to be like, enjoy it. And also itching to leave again. But right now the girls are keeping me busy because my kids they're always keeping me busy. But right now, both my kids are doing new to them sports. So my younger daughter's playing soccer for the first time. She's done a couple of soccer camps and she really liked it. So she has to do a soccer team this year. And so she has no soccer skills. So basically we spend a lot of time in the backyard right now, like just passing the ball, dribbling the ball. I don't know how to coach anyone to play soccer, but like she just has a hard time like moving with the ball at any speed. So I'm like, we need to just be around the ball more. And then my older daughter's playing softball. So yesterday, she's never played before. And we don't really watch a lot of baseball in the house. And so over the weekend, we bought a big like batting practice net and a bucket of softballs and a tee. Well, my younger daughter had gotten a tee from her uncle as a gift earlier in the year. And so we were just hitting balls for a couple hours in the backyard yesterday, which was pretty awesome. As someone who's like, this is our first house that we've owned, that was pretty cool to be able to do that. But it's just like, I got a lot of stuff I got to pay attention to at home. I can't be thinking about leaving every week, All right, let me scroll down and catch up with you guys. Daniel Britton says, I could never play soccer. I would always trip over the ball. I always trip over the ball every time I play soccer too. And Eric Berman says, God, I miss playing soccer. It's a fun sport, Paul Pollock says, hey, thoughts on washing running shoes in a washing machine? Busy relacing 4 pairs I did today, but I see some Magic Space say, do not wash in a machine. I don't wash my shoes. The last time I did it was for a video, just to see what happened if I washed a pair of shoes. I think it might have been a versus video, washing shoes versus using a shoe cleaning, kit. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. Even if you dry them correctly, I just don't find it all that compelling. Yeah. So, I mean, for some people want to keep the shoes clean, and that's important to them. They're close. All running shoes should be closed toe foams. So make sure you check the insoles out, because not all insoles are closed cell foams, so they could get soggy. But like the shoes are fine, and so they should be okay as long as you're not putting them in the dryer. Definitely do not put them in the dryer. But if that's what if you want to do, I guess you could do it. I just don't bother. There goes that hum again. Adam says, I saw an article recently about how Europe has better sunscreen than the US because we classify it as a drug requiring stricter FDA testing and approval. That sounds backwards, though. Shouldn't we have better sunscreen then? All the ones that my wife buys are not from the... Is CeraVe, CERAVE, is that made in the US? Is that an American company? We have that. That's what's on my face now. And then we have the Australian blue, which is from Australia. Now, Lisa says, I wish Asian sunscreens were here in the U.S. They're much better than what I can buy. I'm not familiar with any of those. Interesting. But I feel like my mom is basically like a vampire when it comes to sun. As most Asian ladies of her age bracket, they've got the giant hat. They want 0 sun exposure. The sunscreens are intense. I don't want to ask my mom what sunscreen she used, because then I feel like I'll be in for like an hour-long lecture. Here's all the different protocols you should follow. Yeah. Will Ricketts says, I coach soccer. I definitely tap in with a lot of other sports and like trying to find new sports. There you go. C10 Fan says, I thought a washing machine would ruin the foam. No, the washing machine shouldn't ruin the foam. The thing that I would worry about is, because I don't think any of them are open cell foams. They're all closed cell. So like water can't get into the midsole. It won't do it. The only thing that I would be worried about is, are the detergents going to be too caustic for the glues and adhesives? Clearly you wouldn't want to run it at like high water temperature, but even at low, would it be too much agitation on the shoe? But then again, it's a running shoe. It should be able to handle certain kinds of loads on it. But the thing that I would just worry about is just like, what's it gonna do to the upper? You might get it clean, but is it gonna make it shrink? Is it gonna do some weird stuff to it? I mean, I get my shoes wet all the time too. Not anymore, really, but I used to. And it's not a big deal if it just dries out naturally, So in theory, it should be fine. Depends on how harsh your detergents are. Adam says, when my trail shoes get muddy, I shower with them. You shower with them? What does your shower look like afterwards? That seems rough. Yeah. Daniel Burton says, use wet wipes. Oh, I wonder how that works. It could work. Ben Young says, when did you last nurse a running injury? Was it runner's knee around 2020? I'm currently doing a a stay-at-home dad routine. Been injured in my last 2 marathons, either during the build or after the race. Yeah, I think about 2020 is the last time I've been hurt. I've had other things that bothered me. My left ankle was really bothersome. I think like a lot of 2023. I think it was because I was running. After I think it was last summer. No, not all 2023. Last summer, at the beginning of summer, I was doing some reps on the track, and I went to my kids' elementary/junior high school. They have a 200-meter track, and I was spiked up and doing 100-meter reps. And I think just the turns, it's not banked, and all the turns on that were just a little too tight. And ever since then, for a long time, my left ankle was really just swollen. It worked fine, but I'm sure that there was some mobility reduction there. And it was tender to the touch for a long time. I was still able to run reasonably fast on it, but that was bothering me. Right now, my ankles are very tight. I think they're just tired from all the extra work that they had to do at Tiger Claw, So my ankles are just a little bit tired. But yeah. I would say that if you're getting injured during your marathon build, I'm not a PT. If you're getting injured during your marathon builds or after the race, it's telling me that there are some weaknesses that get exacerbated that are fine at lower mileages, but at higher mileages, it's adding up. Right. So I would really suggest just doing some stabilizer muscle work. You don't got to do a full strength routine if you don't want, but I like doing the stuff that I did in my runner's knee video. Like those kinds of things, it's not just about the knee that I'm doing work, but if there's a specific area that you tend to feel it, then, you need to stabilize that joint and the joint above it. Or not stabilize, strengthen it, That's what I would recommend. That's my very unprofessional advice. Ben Young says, getting through Tiger Claw after your spraying, as you've documented, is just incredible. Thanks for helping with the tips today. No problem. And Shannon says, have you been hitting the gym the way you had been? I haven't yet because I was tapering for London, and then I went London and then quick turnaround to do Tiger Claw, and then we're basically here. So I don't think I've been in the gym since. And I'm still kind of easing back into it because kind of like what Ben Young was saying, like sometimes he gets injured in the build, sometimes he gets injured right after. I don't want to do too much too fast because I feel like, the body's in a compromised position right now. So it could be coming back too quickly could be it. But I think I mentioned it before. What I'd like to do, I know I've mentioned it before. I can't remember how long ago though, is that for my kind of ancillary work, I like to probably do the gym. I was doing the gym every third day. I think I'm going to alternate every third day being gym or plyos just to mix it up a little bit more. Okay. Louis says, my last straining block, I incorporated a lot of stretching and strengthening exercises. That helped a lot with niggles and pains I usually got in other training blocks. That makes sense. That's what I'm talking about. All right, Lisa says, box. Let's get to the Bose box. Let's open this guy up. It's an easy open. It's got the little pulley tabs to make it easier to get out here. These were given as a gift to media at Camp Strava. There was a specific media breakfast. And I was actually just thinking about that today. And they gave us an opportunity to eat with the CEO, the chief design officer, the chief product officer, all the people that were going to be speaking later that morning were there. And we had an idea, we knew what they were going to be talking about, but I wish that they didn't turn on in our apps some of the test functionality until we got to the session. I wish we could have had it the night before to play around with for a minute, because having played around with some of these features, the ones I told you guys about yesterday, having played around with them, I would have had a lot more questions, and that breakfast would have been a lot more useful had I been able to do that. But as we left, we each got a pair of earbuds. So it says pause for nothing. I don't know if you can see. You definitely can't see that. Pause. I think I may have to switch back to the other lens, guys. This focus just isn't quite as reliable. See? Focus. Focus. It's not going to focus. It's you have to believe. You're going to have to take my word for it. It says pause for nothing. There's a little QR code for getting set up. It's weird. The way this thing is, it's like you hook it around the cartilage of your earlobe. It's a very unusual setup. And there's like, it's like Morse code in here trying to figure out how to use this thing. Let's see if it'll do it. Focus. No, we're not going to get any focus today. So, but anyway, so it's like a series of a short tap is a play, pause, or answer the phone. Double tap is forward. Triple tap is reverse. Long press, I don't know. It's a figurine with sound waves coming at it. And then short, long, depending on whether you're using the right or the left, will change the volume. So for those of you want to be able to change volume from the earbuds, this gives you that opportunity. I do like the case. I'll have to hold it back here. It's nice and small. Smaller than AirPods, I'd say. A little heavier than probably regular AirPods. And then you open it up. There's little lights to let you know that these are charging. Each one individually is charging. And then a little light on the front too, to let you know the battery. The case has charged. I'm guessing the case also charges too. Or at least I would hope it does. It'd be weird if it didn't. Nothing else in the box except for a USB-A to USB-C cable. So happy to see that. I really should have brought my phone down here. I'm very much regretting it. I think I'm going to have to run up and get it because I want to actually pair it. But let's just try them on first. See how they do. Mark Peterson says, if you do a long press, it's Serenity now. That's actually really funny. Cosmic Pineapple Michael says, tap in Morse code to tell the earphones what you want it to do. Common things that the long press is for transparency mode. That's what I think it actually is. Okay. Oh, I was not expecting this. So, I thought this was all one like solid piece of plastic, but this part is bendy. The part that makes the music is on like a rubbery, flexible thing. I guess that's how you get it on too. Which side is which? So this is the right side. How does this work? Does this part... So this part goes in your ear, right? And this part... Oh, it says ready to connect. I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Are there more pictures in here? I need to figure out how this works. Oh, I did it wrong. The barrel goes behind your ear, which is weird because there's like a little speaker on this one end and that part goes behind your ear. Okay. Oh, it actually sounded really clear. All right, guys. I don't know. It feels like I'm wearing a weird earring on this. Yeah, Davin Patterson says flat part in the ear. Okay, flat part is in the ear. I feel like it looks a little bit funny. It feels like it's floppy. Is it flopping around? Is it? I feel like it doesn't feel... all right, I guess I've kind of like moved it down further. That doesn't seem... Oh, that actually feels really snug there. I think that's how I'm supposed to do it. Elisa says, is the part that goes into the ear interchangeable? I have a ear hole bigger than the other. I don't think so. There's no like other parts in here. Just a book. Just paperwork. And this. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to test this thing out. Yeah. It doesn't go in the ear like I thought. No, like one kind of like sits on the outside part of the ear. Yeah. C-Town Fan says, looking hip. Go. Where'd it go? Looking hip co. And Johnny Dodgen says, Captain Jack Sparrow. I kind of like it. It's an interesting earring look. Yeah, I don't know. Calvin says, Mike from Run Testers had his fall out mid-race and had to stop and look for it. Oh, what a disaster. I would have just let it go. I'd have been like, I can't test him anymore because I lost one. But Marty B says, they surprisingly stay in well running, but if something brushes against them, they get knocked out easily. Yeah, okay. I could see that. Like if you're like messing around with your sunglasses. Lee says, they look like they're going to pop out. Actually, they feel pretty good. I've got them kind of like in there now. So... yeah. Andrew Scott says, I'm holding out for a pair of earlobe gauges to really feel the drums. Yeah, Jack D says, we're going to have a headphone spreadsheet. No more spreadsheets. And Shannon says, it kind of looks like the thickest gauge ear piercing ever. It kind of does. It's weird. It's weird. All right, guys. Calvin says, a girl at my race ran the entire marathon with Beats over the ear headphones. Respect. I feel like that's a trend we're going to see more of. I mean, I don't understand why that happens. I think I understand why it happens. I think what happens is people get them, the over the ear ones, because maybe that's what they had in college and they lived or if they had roommates after college. And so you have a really nice pair of expensive headphones that are noise canceling and they look great when you're working out and lifting at the gym, and then all of a sudden you got into running and you didn't feel like buying new stuff and you're just like, I'm going to run this race anyway. So I feel like the people that are doing that, good on you. You know, they didn't let not having all the race specific stuff stop them from running a race they wanted to race. So I feel good, you know. All right, Colin says, I just submitted my registration for my first half marathon. Nice, Colin. I love it. Congratulations. Excuse me. Yeah, Marty B says, people that can keep the AirPod Max on their heads while running mystify me. It's not for me. I don't understand it. They would fall off my head right away, and it would just be so swampy. I wouldn't want to do that. But do you guys remember there was a time they used to make these earbuds that was like a hard piece of plastic. It was like wearing like this around your neck. And then at the end of it, little earbuds would pop out with a connecting loop cable, and then that would plug into your ear. So in your ear, it would be really lightweight. But around your neck, that's where all the batteries and the controls and stuff would go. And I tried testing a pair of those actually. I tried testing those for running, and like the plastic thing would just like bounce all over. It was like running with like a dog collar on. It was weird. Andrew Scott says, anyone travel with over-the-ear headphones? I do. I use noise-canceling headphones all the time. I just feel like it really helps to keep some of the noise away from your body. I feel like your body is still feeling all those noise vibrations and stuff, like the vibration from the engines and everything. But I feel like when it comes through your ear, it just fatigues me a lot more. And I feel like since I've been started traveling with over-the-ear headphones, noise-canceling ones, I get off of flights feeling much better than I used to before. So that's like a must-have for me. Yeah. It helps me sleep on airplanes better too. Davin Patterson says, I don't know how you could lose one of these. Mine don't move. All in-ear ones I have had feel like I have to stuff back in my ears every few minutes, so I'm done with those. I mean, these are clipped on pretty good, you know. I actually wouldn't mind if it was more pinchy, but I guess if I'm going to wear them for a while, better to have them this way. JJ and Sienna says, on today's live, Co's face is covered in sunscreen and he's wearing earrings. Podcast listeners are missing out. Podcast listeners, you are missing out today. This is fun. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go get my phone real quick, guys. You guys gonna be good? You want me to give you something to talk about while I'm gone? I feel like you guys are fine. You guys, because I feel like this is coffee talk. Do you guys remember that skit on Saturday Night Live? What's your favorite Mike Myers character? Discuss. I'm gonna go get my phone. Okay, I'm back. That was fine. Matthias Ventus says, talk amongst yourselves. Oh man, we're really out of focus now, and I feel like we're not going to fix it. Are we going to fix? Yeah, what's going on here? Let me get up. Okay, back. It's just gonna be out of focus. It's just gonna be slightly out of focus for the rest of the day. Do you guys remember there's a Woody Allen movie where the main character is literally out of focus, just like this? Do you guys ever see that one? All right, let's see if I can get these on. How do I turn them on? How do I get them to pair? I don't see them in here, but there was also like a QR code that it wanted me to do. Set up. I feel like it's gonna. I do and I don't love that like earbuds nowadays all have like an app that goes with them. On the one hand, I do like the app for customizability, but sometimes why is it not focusing on me today? I guess I'll just sit. It's focused on the shoes back here, so I'll have to come all the way back. Yeah. POV or farsighted. Davin Patterson says, "Co, your shirt is like butter." And Shannon says, "Sorry, Co, the focus is on the shoes, but I don't think any of us mind. I'll just get out of the way. You guys can look at the shoes today." All right, I got this Bose app. I'm opening it up now. Maybe can it? No, it really just doesn't want to focus today. Oh boy, I'm gonna sign up later. Got to go through the legal stuff. I would like to use Bluetooth. I don't need notifications. Why does everything want access to notifications? It's so annoying. Shaheen says the movie is Deconstructing Harry. I remember that. Yeah. I don't remember if that was any good, but oh boy, I got to take them out, put them back in the case. See, I feel like this is a lot more complicated than how it was before. Okay, press and hold the button on the back of the case until the earbuds start blinking blue. Okay. Chances the camera has the case of them on days. Okay, product has been named. I had to name it again. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna do all that other stuff later. But should I listen to the? I feel like I should listen to the immersive demo. Oh, this time when I turned them on, there was like a little violin noise that played. And all right. It says experience the demo. Oh, it told me that the battery's at 50%. Oh, okay. We're back in focus too. This is amazing. Oh, okay. Whoa. This actually sounds really good. Are you guys hearing any of it? Do you guys hear it? Because I feel like with a lot of these open ear concept ones, there's just so much music bleed, you know? Okay. Can you hear it? Okay. Continue. All right. I'm all set. Let's get started. I just want to play some music so I can hear it. Steven C says, yeah, you can hear it. Oh, you heard it. Andrew Scott says, I could just hear a little bit. Interesting. Let me play some music real quick. Hopefully we won't get too dinged from playing something copyrighted. Let's see what's on this. All right, I don't know what the song is, but it's got a lot of drums in it. Do you hear that? Let me play this one. Bass is decent. Okay. Do you hear it too? Interesting. Yeah. Calvin is like, is co-listening to royalty-free music? No, I'm not. So I'm going to talk over it the whole time too. So hopefully that keeps us from... Oh, there was some bad words in there too. Sorry about that. But could you hear that? Yeah. Calvin says you can hear it, but it's faint. Okay. That's good. Because I have it at half volume right now. And I felt like there was decent bass in there. And I do feel like I got a better sense of what's going on around me, you know? So very, very interesting. Let's take a look back at the app real quick. Sorry, I'm just like exploring this with you guys. But listen to modes. There's a stereo mode and an immersion mode. So it's not like there's like a transparency mode on these. They are open ear earbuds. Yeah, well, I guess they're still called earbuds. There's stereo mode and immersion mode. Immersion mode plays immersive audio in the motion setting. I don't know what that means, but we'll try it. And then EQ, we're just going to turn the bass up, bass boost. That's how I roll. I don't know. You definitely can't see that. It's too bright. Here. Oh, there you go. Bass boost. I just made the bass all high because I have terrible taste in sound. But there we go. All right. Mark Peterson wants to know, was it Wu-Tang? No. It was, who was just playing? It was Young Metro by Future. Metro Boomin. And The Weeknd. You know? And Davin Patterson says the immersion is crazy cool. All right, let's try this Doja Cat song. Oh. It sounds really good. That's really good. That was wild. The immersion mode is really good. I thought it was playing on a set of speakers out here. Oh. This is impressive. Oh, I feel like it's hitting the bass pretty nicely. Also increased the bass. Interesting. All right. So far, first listen, I'm very impressed with how these are doing. I'll take them on the run, take them on a speed workout too to see if they fall out or not. But yeah, these could be my new favorites. They feel a little bit heavier, but you know, not noticeably. All right. Aubrey Running is here. He says, "What's up, everybody? What's going on, Aubrey? How you doing? So you had a good race over the weekend. Good job on that." And Daniel Estrella says, "Congrats on Hackney, Aubrey, and on an amazing race recap. Great editing and storytelling as always. Nice." And Calvin says, "You know what? We're watching someone listen to music." Yeah, you're watching me react to something, but you know, instead of reacting to someone else's content, I guess I am reacting to music, Doja Cat's content, but I'm reacting to how it sounds in ear, and it was really impressive on first listen. Once you get the immersion mode and crank up to the bass to an unreasonable level, then I actually felt like I was surprised at how good it was. So, yeah, I'm excited to use these some more. Yeah. Monet Quizumbing says, "Can you pair them with your watch?" I would imagine so. Like it connects with Bluetooth. I would also assume in the Apple ecosystem, since I've already paired it with my phone, it should also hand off either to my laptop or my Apple Watch pretty seamlessly. I might have to like tell it to connect to it the first time on the Apple Watch. Apple Watch connecting to different Bluetooth devices is sometimes a little bit janky. But yeah, I haven't tried it, but I anticipate it'd be super easy to do. With Apple Watch. With the other ones, I think it would probably, like, if you were going to pair it to like a Garmin Music, you know, I think it should work fine too. Devin says, they're great out in nature, but if you wear them in like New York City, they wouldn't work well. Oh, really? Okay. We'll see. Mainly, I like to have the open, I go back and forth. I like the idea of open ear. I understand why other people like the idea of open ear. It makes you feel like you're able to hear everything going on around you well. But I also have noise canceling earbuds that have pass through audio. So like it brings ambient noise in to my earbud. And I also feel like that enables me to hear pretty well too. But that's also like a microphone produced sound in my ear that doesn't exactly give me the spatial location of where sounds might be coming from as accurately as an open ear would let your natural ear hearing do. So I know that there's pluses and minuses, but this so far has sounded really good, and I'm very impressed with how it sounds so far. So we'll have to see how it sounds on the run. And Mark says they're not noise canceling then? Yeah, they're not noise canceling. They're the opposite of noise canceling. They're noise permitting. I think that's the main idea. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of information like in the packaging or in the box on it, except for the weird Morse code that you have to like. I think this stuff is one of the reasons why I stopped like wanting to test earbuds. Is after a while they all kind of got the same, and I was literally testing the same products over and over again, just with different brand logos on them. But like just juggling back and forth, like how do you control the music? Like testing earbud to earbud, like a different pair of earbuds every week. It just got so crazy. I couldn't remember, and I was just like paralyzed. So hopefully I can remember this. I don't know. Oh, Mark says he meant the ones that I said were noise canceling but allow ambient noise in. It's like a jumbo shrimp. Yeah. So the Beats Fit Pro have that. I feel like the AirPods Pro have them too. Most of the high-end like earbuds have them. They have noise canceling, so you can have a noise canceling mode, and then you could press a series of buttons and clicks to get to neither noise canceling or ambient mode or transparency mode, and then another one which is transparency mode. So I usually, when I'm running with my regular, I think they're Beats Fit Pro, the little ones, I run with them in ambient mode so I can hear what's around me. If it's really windy, then I will turn noise canceling on when I'm running, because then it just keeps some of the wind noise down, and then I don't have to turn up my music as loud to hear it. I feel like that saves my hearing a little bit. I was also thinking that I think my hearing's starting to go. When I was at Camp Strava, there was a lot of conversations happening and just like loud kind of, happy hour, networking, some indoor, some outdoor situations. And I'm like, I can't hear what people are saying. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to start learning how to lip read or something. I think I've been listening to music for too long at too loud a volume. I got to start doing something else because I was having a hard time. And I was just doing that thing that my dad does. I just kind of nods along. Oh, yeah. I wasn't doing it because I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to pay attention. I just couldn't hear. Yeah. C-Town Fan says, earbuds can damage your hearing. For sure. That's absolutely what it is. My dad also has bad hearing, so maybe it runs, not in my family, but maybe it's genetic. But, yeah, my hearing's definitely starting to go. Mark says, I'm so deaf, it's bad. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. Mine is, for sure. It's something where I'm like, well, I know you can't do anything about it. Once you've done the damage, it's done. But I'm like, I got to stop doing more damage, I think. So I have been turning the music down a little bit on runs, Adam says, do you have bad hearing or am I boring you? Imagine if you said that to me, I'd just be like, yeah. All right. Kevin wants to know what's next on the shoe review slate. So the next video is probably going to be the Camp Strava video will probably be done by tomorrow. And then I think for Friday is when I'll target the Skyward X video. And then even though it's out of order, I think next week I'll do the my trip to New York. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I got to figure some stuff out. There just wasn't a lot there. I was there for such a short time. And then I think the next review after that will probably be either like Cloud. So I've got Cloud Monster Hyper I got to look at. I got to look at the Mizuno Neo Vista. I got to look at the Under Armour Velocity Elite 2. I've got a Cumulus review that I've wrote it like 2 months ago. I just need to film it. I'm just not super excited about that shoe. And I don't like to make reviews for shoes that I don't like. But I just think that it's enough people are looking at it that I think it would be helpful. So I got that. So I'm not really sure what's next. Maybe I'll prioritize the Under Armour one. Maybe the Neo Vista. I don't know. I'm not super. I'm not super excited about the Neo Vista. I don't know. The Wave Rebellion Flash, I think because they're designed for runners that aren't me, and the Wave Rebellion Flash is not, for me, what they described what it was going to be. I'm getting something very different than what they're intending. And then even for the Wave Rebellion Pro, it's good, but again, it's not the right shoe for me. It works. I could see it working for other people. It's not working for me. So I feel like this idea that they're coming in with the Neo Vista, I'm not sure I'm going to agree with it, But Fiona says, the Neo Vista is the most exciting shoe for me. I think there's some people that it's going to be like, this is it. And I think for a lot of other people, it's going to be like, I don't get it. That's what I think was going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. I would always love to be wrong on that kind of thing. General Triangle says, I just ran in an old Cumulus version and was lamenting how the next version is probably going to be meh. I think the last Cumulus that I liked was, what are we on? What is this on? 26? Where even is it? I don't even know where I put it. Anyway, I think that not the 25, I think the 24 was the last one that I liked. 25 was okay. It just felt very blocky. It looked great. It didn't run. For me, it didn't run as well as it looks. And the 26 is very interesting, but I'm so confused by it. I don't understand it. But yeah. All right. I think that's going to be a good place to leave it for today, guys. I got a busy afternoon of taking kids to activities and stuff. That's going to be fun because I haven't been to a lot of those activities in a while with them. So I'll do that. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have a nice, a relatively short, but a nice Runner's Weekend video for you guys to watch tomorrow. And then we'll do another live stream. We got some shoes to unbox. Another Under Armour shoe. Hopefully it's a different one and they didn't send me the same one twice on accident. But we'll unbox another Under Armour shoe. So we'll do that tomorrow. Same time as today, 1 p.m. Central Time. Till then, be safe out there, everybody. Thanks.